Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this pop-up show. It's all about what the hell. That's all about. What the hell? What the hell happened yesterday? But the main thing, man, this right here was a serious embarrassment. Do you guys feel like you was embarrassed yesterday? I'm a fan, but it wasn't the embarrassment that, it's like, why the hell did you show up? That's what it is. It was something that should have never happened, but it did. And we're going to talk a little bit about it today, but I don't know how you guys feel. Did you guys feel embarrassed, or you just upset? Were you mad? What was your initial feeling on that game? I went to bed last night and I actually couldn't sleep, but I was thinking, like, what the hell happened? 30 to zip. 30 to zip. And there's nothing there's nothing to say about that game, but it was 30 to zip. So I'm trying to put my mind as being a coach, and I'm 30 zip in what I seen, especially on the head coach. Full responsibility. I don't know how you can go in this game, players, coaches, everybody, and come out of it having any type of reason why it happened. Yes, I can understand if Carolina was the Carolina of 2014, 2015, when they had Cam and everybody here, but 30 points? That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And like I said, I'm going to get into the coaches. I'm going to get into the quarterback. I'm going to get into a lot of things. It could be, I guess you can call it, I ain't going to defend nobody, but I'm going to tell you what I see from the coaching side. From the coaching side. First of all, let me give a shout out to my people in the chat right quick, man. What's up, Silk Legacy? First one in here. Sherman Woods, what's going on? London Holder, Pat Norris, the shoe dude, what's going on? Hey, man, yeah. I had to get it off. I had to. I'm sorry. Tyreek Johnson, what's going on? B. Pete's, what's going on? Mad Mike's, what's happening? This afternoon, whatever the time it is. It's late there. Dre Murphy, Larry, what's happening? But Mad Mike's just embarrassed, but not surprised. I'm gonna get into that. That's a good point, Mad Mike. That's a good point. I like what you said there. I got some on that part too. Sherman Wood. Who else we got in here? Frederick Copperfield, what's going on, man? Miss Sonia Howell, what's going on? All right. Not gonna be a rant. 6-man, what's happening? What's happening? All right. You fly to Charlotte yesterday. You're riding high. You're riding high from a good win, but not a great win, because we still looked almost like the week prior. Certain degree. We still let teams attack us. Although what's called can do as much attacking, but the visual effect of attacking, it was there. All right. 6-man, what's happening? That's what's going on. You had Bryce Young, and I just looked at some stats earlier today. We blitzed that guy. He has a better percentage of throwing against the blitz this year than he had before. So I don't know if there was research done on this game. Okay, put it this way. The coaches, I don't think the research department or the scouting department did a lot of scouting on this game. I think we was going to go in there and play. We were going to try to out talent them instead of using the smart technique of playing football and game planning for them. I don't think we game plan for them. I'm going to be straight honest. I don't think there was a game plan going to this game. I think we got the talent. We have the paper per se that we're better than them. They proved us wrong. And yes, a lot of this is on the coach, the head coach for sure. You guys know I don't like talking about coaches. I hate talking about coaches. Good point there too. Arrogance, yes, arrogance. That's the main word right there. Arrogance. I think as a coaching staff, they went in very arrogant. So, how do you remedy that? Players, coaches, what should have happened today? They all should have been in the same room. Ain't no dividing groups. Everybody should have watched. I'm sure they do watch the film together, but everybody need to come to a moment of silence and think about their next move. What's the next move? Football. We know it's a football game, but what's the next move? How can this coaching staff get these guys on the same page? First, coaching staff got to be better. Raheem, I'm talking to you right now. As a head coach, you are responsible for everything. Preparation is your check. They give these other coaches the check to do what they're doing. That's the scouting department, the scouting coaches, the special teams, everybody. You have to check off all this stuff here. Even as far as your conditioning coaches, you have to check off all this. Mental thing. I know one thing that's what the last coach had, this mental thing they was doing. They was talking to psych, I don't know who it was. But anyway, you got to talk to your players. I'm cool. I know they're cool with you and everything, but you got to talk to your players. You got to get them on the same accord. They like you. They will play for you. You know, despite what everybody said, these players will play for you. But you can lose your players fast, bro. You can lose your players fast. They will never bring John Gruden in the city of Atlanta. I'm sorry, it's Thomas Polite. That ain't, they will never bring John Gruden. We got where you at. His emails are never gonna go away. So you can forget about John Gruden. I hate to say that, but you can forget about John Gruden. All right. But going 0-2 in your division, it's not a kill sign. It's not a kill sign. You still can recover from that. But next week, you got to be better. You do not want to go into bye week 1-3. It ain't gonna kill you either, but you don't want to. What's this? Oh, people talking stuff in the chat. That's fine. But yeah, but yeah. Zach Robinson. Yeah, I'm talking about these coaches first. Raheem giving you leniency. I'm sure he's giving you a lot of leniency. What's going on? Last week, your game plan was okay. You see, we could not throw the ball. You saw it. So what did you do? You used common sense and made them, and they were going to let you throw. Did you guys realize that they kept a safety back the whole game? So that means we're going to play umbrella coverage on you the whole game. That's what it means. Umbrella. You got a tip. You got sprouts on the outside. You got your hooks and flats covered on both sides. And you got your middles covered. So, like an umbrella, you got the little tip at the top. You can go side to side. So, why not run the ball? Why not run the ball? You had the opportunity. 5.7 yards of carry. 3 times first down. No matter how you look at it. No matter how you look at it, you run the ball 3 times, you get the first down. No matter how you look at it. You got 2 running backs. And yesterday we showed you got 3 running backs. Although it was in garbage time, the kid ain't afraid to run the ball. He averaged almost 4 yards of carry yesterday. So you did not have to force the pass coming out this young man. So you start the game off with pass. I think you start off with a pass to Bijan. Now, not blaming it all on you. The play calling wasn't that bad per se, but you got to know when to have an audible in your game plan. They wouldn't have got as many points if you was running the ball, taking time off the clock. They wouldn't. We could have got blown out. We could have. However, they only had really one real solid touchdown that was on offense. So the defense, you did well. But you still got some improvement to do on defense also. All right. Oh man, I'm more frustrated than mad because I know what this can do to a team. It can be what's the word I'm like? Demoralizing. Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, I think that may be the word. It can ruin a team. So you got to step up, and you can't. I'm not gonna let Brick off the West Cardinals. Though he was playing a little bit conservative, for me sometimes too. He still had, I don't know. He says he's not the Dan Quinn. He still has some Dan Quinn tendencies. Playing that playing off the ball a little bit. I didn't like that a little bit. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I ain't getting to your comments. I'm just right now. I'm in a vent. I guess you got a venting mood. I want to just vent real quick. Side Robinson, Atlanta Falcons better not lose the Mercedes-Benz game against Commanders. Don't want to lose. But I'm asking you a question. What if they lose? Then what? What if they lose? Then what? Yeah, yeah. But like I said, the DC and Raheem, yeah, they have a lot of his tendencies. Just the only thing I like about Albert, he will um, deviate from his plan. He will do that, which I'm cool with that. But yeah, we got to get better. But yeah, that's true. That's true, Fred Carpenter. They was humbled yesterday. I think it was more bad because you never seen the locker room so quiet. Even after that loss, they lost in the first game. They wasn't so quiet. They didn't look like they was defeated. They looked yesterday. They looked defeated. The whole team looked defeated. Now, my first indication of that game is going to be a hard game. My first indication of that was on a play. Well, actually, yeah, it was on that first touchdown drive. On the first touchdown drive. Well, not in the first touchdown drive, but on the kick. I'm sorry, on the kick. When he kicked that field goal and he missed it, that started the deflation of that team. They've seen that before. Think about it. They've seen that before from the last kick we had. Psyche. Him missing that kick destroyed a lot of psyche, man. Destroyed a lot of psyche. And then when he missed that second one, did you notice? Especially the offense was like, oh man, they started to get very uneasy. So, special teams, we got to get something right. That's been bad for 2.5 years now. 2.5 years. Our special team, when it come down to getting points, has lost several games, guys. Yesterday was a different story, but our special team has lost a lot of games for us. And like I said, we always put it on everything else. Special teams lost a lot of games. So got some more comments up here. Like I said, the fan asked for young and upcoming team in Atlanta. You got it. Matt Ryan isn't coming back to save the day anymore in the new generation of NFL players are now. They are the new players today. The NFL players to me are overpaid because that's just the market. It's a market game. It's not based on your talent. It's based on the market. You got what I'm saying? It's based on the market. That's a scale now of the NFL pay scale now. They're gonna all make a lot of money if that's where the money's at. Unless you just a guy that just want to make a team. But if you are a name, you have a reputation, you're gonna make money. You're gonna make money. 82 Monte Carlo say, I don't get how stupid they allowed us to look. Have you seen it before though? I'm just asking questions. Let's be honest. Have you seen this team like this before? You only expect it because what is on paper. We haven't seen this team excel in the last couple of years. Yes, Michael Penix was a great quarterback in college. Michael Penix can throw the ball to anywhere in the pocket. But by Kirk Cousins having the season he had last year, although I know it was only 3 games worth going, Kirk Cousins would have been a 2-year guy. Simple. Let that guy sit back and learn for 2 years. That's what it's supposed to be then. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm not saying he ruined Michael Penix. No, well, Michael Penix, he's not ruined. But as the coaching staff, you got to keep developing this kid. You can't give him the keys to the Rolls Royce when he just learned how to drive in a Porsche. And that's what we done. I think they put. Hold on, Mike. I got you. I thought I didn't send it to you. Oh, I said. Hold on, there you go, Mike. I sent it to you. Where we at now? But yeah, I'm just talking, man, because I'm trying to get everything out of my head that I have in my head right now. It's a lot, man. This game actually threw me for a loop. It threw me for a crazy loop. Case out on. But yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna be on here alone, man. Case Sal gonna be coming on pretty soon. I don't know. Okay, he got him. All right, so. But just to talk about what else I'm gonna talk about. I got a lot of stuff. Something else we got to deal with also. It's been 2 games in a row. I'm just because I got a lot of stuff wrote down. I'm just talking about it. So you guys bear with me. If I jump off subject, ask the question in here and I'll get back to it. But right now, Dre Murphy says 0-2 in the freaking division. We only 4 more to go. Like I said, what's called lost three divisional games last year. They still won the division. We just can't lose no more. We just can't lose no more. But it's all about how many games you win in. It ain't no how many games you win in the division. Division, yeah. So, what's up, man, Mike? You in there?
Yes, sir.
There you go. What's going on?
I mean, it sounds like I wouldn't say a broken record, but pretty much saying you said everything that we've been saying.
Yeah, it just.
I don't know if I'm disappointed. I don't know. I'm not angry.
I'm more embarrassed.
I'm. That's probably the right word for it.
I'm just more embarrassed about it.
Because it's exactly he's doing everything that I thought I was hoping that he would learn from, and he's just not doing anything. He's doing exactly what he did last year and what he's always done. He'll let it. He will let the coaches coach their game for 2 games, and then once it gets good, he say, "All right, that's enough. I need to do my stuff."
You know what? I don't even think it's that. I think he's. I think the coordinators have too much reign. I think they have too much reign, and they're doing that. I feel that Zach is doing his own thing. Because, like you said, he has that Dan Quinn, what's called Dan Quinn. Hey, you are in charge of your offense. I'm in charge of what's called. That's my take. I talked to one of my mentors last night about this Raheem thing. He said, "Man," he said, "Raheem's in trouble." And I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Think about this." He said, he said, we talk about some old stuff. He's like, "Remember when this shit happened?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Who was to blame?" I said, "You were." He said, "So he's to blame. No matter what you look at, coordinator, whatever, it's all his fault. No matter who's taking the reign, it's always going to be the head coach's fault." So I said, "Okay, that's true." So I thought, think about it. You know what? It is on him. Like I say, I always been defending man. I never talked, but yeah, it's all on him now because he's has to ring it in everybody. So if Zach is whoever is doing something wrong, he needs to be in their butt.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the play, like I said, the play calling is. I don't think the play calling is as bad as everybody think it is. Like Penny said, he said execution, and I don't think they're executing as the way they were those last 3 games of last year. I think I can't say they had a bad training camp. I don't think it could be one of those training camps like very lackadaisical because we seen what they're doing. It looked good when we seen it what's going, but maybe they weren't all into it. They feel like they already had it from those last 3 games of last year. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel
no
that
backup plan, coach. There's no backup plan when things go
right.
wrong,
Exactly.
that's why I say it's like he doesn't. They don't have free reign. You think when I'm talking about he wants to do what they want to do? Well, that's the whole point why they brought him in anyway, because it's what he wants them to do. So it's not really free reign, because if it was free reign, coaches would do coaches do.
Right.
It's continue to do what works. We're not doing what works.
Right,
So
right.
they allow they have it set up where the Atlanta Falcons offense, you could just see they care about numbers.
Exactly.
They care about a serve bouncing numbers. And there's something that he's talking about. Well, we had 3 guys with nearly 1,000 yards and all this type of stuff that came out of our coach's mouth. So our offense is effective. So they're so data driven with their offense. They're so data driven with their offense. They don't care about and this is why I admire a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, because they got Smith, they got AJ, and those guys can put up some numbers on their own if they passing the ball. But right now, this offensive line and Saquon, they are the reason why we're winning games. And we're going to continue to drive that bus until that motherfucker can't drive no more.
Right. What's going on, 6 man?
What's going on, Coach? What's going on, Mike?
Yeah,
trying to figure this out, man.
I'm not speechless. I'm just lost for words.
I'm not.
I'm just lost for words, man. It's like, how can you get beat 30%?
So, Coach, I got a question. I got a question, because it's something that I've seen, and once I saw this, how can you 3 games in a row have the same issue with calling the timeout and then you get a delayed game? This has happened 3 games.
Well, that first game. Go ahead. I was going to talk about that too.
What's the problem? Yeah. But my thing is, what's the problem with that?
I think it was worse. It only happened. I think it happened in the first game because of what's called. Everything's supposed to be headsets. Now, it didn't happen in Atlanta, but they did have a little delay game. But it happened on the road twice. Early, and it's always been early. So it's a NFL issue because the NFL is the one that do the headsets.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if anybody sabotaging the Falcons headsets.
Mm-hmm. I wondered that,
because the Falcons had to do the headsets when they go on the road. Because it didn't happen in Atlanta, but it did happen in last week, and it happened this week. So I was thinking, are they getting sabotaged? Because this is the thing about Penix. People,
I said this on the halftime show too. When we did our halftime show, I brought that up too.
Yeah, it just happened. Then all of a sudden it started working right.
Mm-hmm.
So
no issues, but it only happened for the Atlanta. It didn't happen for Carolina.
It didn't happen at all. 0. It didn't happen for what's called last week either, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing about, like I said, something about Penix that people don't realize. Penix he's a rhythm quarterback.
Yeah,
he had to get the praise. He get the praise. He's in a rhythm now. If you slow him down anytime he can't get his reads in, he has problems. And it showed yesterday. I mean, it showed the last two games. And like I heard you say yesterday that he was getting sped up. Yeah, he gets fed up because he ain't getting to play for the last minute. It's like, how can you process when you only have 15 seconds? Because remember, people don't realize their headset goes off. It don't stay on the whole time doing the first goal. If you ain't getting the whole play, it's slow. And he always say, I'm just doing what I'm asked to do.
Yep.
So there's an issue between the play calling and the quarterback. But nobody ain't saying that. He's not going to say it. That ain't his response. He don't supposed to say it. You don't want to get yourself in that. Yeah. You don't want to be Justin Fields. Tell him everybody. You don't want that. So he's saying what he needs to say. But if it's a Zach problem, Zach got to get it right. As well as Raheem got to make sure Zach gets it right. If he can't get it right, then what? We talk about firing somebody, but did you want to fire a head coach that, like I said earlier, they want to play for Raheem? You can tell these players like Raheem. He's a player's coach. And everybody talking about he's smiling. That's it. That's just his standard. That's how he is. He's hurt inside. You can tell by his face. His eyes again. He got bags on his eyes, dude. The dude is like scared. He's frustrated right now. But he's not going to show you guys because that's not what he's going to do. I know everybody wants to see emotion from him. He's not going to show you that. That's just the way he is. And I understand it. You don't show your emotion to everybody because you start showing your emotion. That's when, oh man, he's frustrated. They think he's happy. Raheem's fucking. He's scared right now. I hate to say he's scared right now. I know he's scared. I can see it in his face. You guys see him with his cheek. What?
No, his eyes getting red and red.
Yes, exactly. He feels the pressure. He's not happy with what's going on. But we think he is, but he's not. He just ain't gonna show nobody no emotion. He just don't show emotion. That's not him. He's not gonna show you emotions. So everybody gets it that this fool is hurt. He's hurt. He wants to win. He does want to win. Like you say, it's all about stats. Yeah, he wants the stats. He likes it because it makes him feels good. But he don't want to lose. I know he don't want to lose, and we shouldn't be losing. Like I said, but everything's on paper. When everything's on paper, people expect what they never expected before because we never done it. So when you start expecting something that never happened because you hear what the media is saying when it's on paper, you're going to get a lot of different reactions from the fans. So that's my take.
And what you said, key thing right there is what the media expecting versus what the team is. And like you said, I think all of that adding up, like you said, what the fans are expecting and what and the media expecting too is almost seeming like this team starting to, well, like I said, I ain't gonna say starting because like you said, it's early in the season for right now. But like you said, it seems like those expectations are taking a little bit more toll on Raheem Morris than what he initially signed up for. Like I said, it's one thing if he came into a Falcon situation kind of like how Arthur Smith was, where the team was bad, the team had bad situation, and like you said, you just riding the wave. Like you said, Raheem is in a situation right now where once he took over, and this is where Raheem got to take the blame on this. He told the media, we one quarterback away. if the quarterback situation wasn't as bad, I wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already set the expectation there. And also the other expectation you set in the first year was we got to outrun the South.
You won one game, but you didn't win.
See, yeah. And what ended up happening, what you see with Raheem Morris right now is, unfortunately for him, the expectations of what the Falcons should be is greater than what he signed up for.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's going on.
But and that's exactly what's going on. But the thing about it is, but he set the expectation with those quotes. And what's happening now, and and what's happening now, and especially with this game we just saw yesterday, 30-0. And I'm gonna quote you, 30-0. 30-0. The one thing that a lot of people are upset about is not even the fact that they lost the game against Carolina. Because we already know when the division games come, it's a 50-50 regardless of record and regardless of roster. The Falcons got shut out 30-0.
When you had something good going on and you just stopped it.
This is the reason why
my bad.
This is the reason why I said that they came into that game. They came into yesterday's game with too much arrogance, because what was the talking point from the sports media heads? You got Rex Ryan saying that the Atlanta Falcons are built like the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow. I didn't hear that.
They are. That's the whole point. They are.
Offensively, like I said,
they are.
They're like I said, you got Rex Ryan saying they built like the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, you also adding to the fact that Michael Penix is slated to be that next good young quarterback in the league. So there's an expectation in that situation where it's like, okay, this team has to be on all four. This team has to be rev and go right off the rip. And what ended up happening in the Panthers game is we were so focused on the Washington game that we took Carolina for granted, because Carolina, because the over under for the Carolina game was that the Falcons were a 6-point favorite going into that game.
By the game time was 4.5. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and they moved to 4.5. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. But the thing about it was the expectation was that the Falcons were supposed to defeat the Carolina Panthers, and what ended up happening was. And for those that may not that want to go back and look at that game, because I saw it, I saw it live in straight time. They took the Carolina Panthers for granted. And what is one of the quotes that Mike, you know this? Bruce Lee said, "Never take your eyes off your opponent, even when you bow."
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons took their eyes off the Carolina Panthers and was looking forward to the matchup with Washington.
Yep. Why?
And it showed.
It's one of the guys that he wanted to be able to show out and show off to that guy.
He wanted to show out. He wanted to show out to Dan Quinn.
Well, you just embarrass yourself. What you done?
Mm-hmm. This is something that this is Raheem though. This is what This is what he's known to do. And talking to a lot of Bucks fans, like even with the special teams, this is something that's been consistent with him. They've had bad special teams everywhere he's been for the most part. And like I said, I didn't know this, but doing research, this is a lot of Bucks fans. Even listening to Carolina Panthers, man, everybody saying to myself, like, y'all offensive line is dominant. Why did y'all just stop running the ball? They wondering why we stopped running the ball.
A lot of people are wondering why you got to stop running the ball.
Carolina came into this game expecting the Falcons to run the football, and, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Juan with this one. Carolina came into this game thinking that the Falcons was gonna come in and be physical, and we ended up trying
Dancing
to be
with the
more
stars.
finesse.
We tried to dance with the stars. That's what we did.
But you know what's fun about the whole thing about this? I'm still upset why we're not. And this is Michael. This is on Mike too. This is on Mike's fault. When you got a man sitting right there in front of you, throw the ball.
Michael Penix played like shit yesterday.
Like boo boo on 3 steps.
He played like shit yesterday. But the thing about it is when you gotta expect at least
You're breaking up, Kay. You're breaking up, Kay. Can
you hear me?
Mm-hmm. Better. That's better. Yeah, that's better now. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, you're better now.
Okay. You expect at least one of those games from Michael Penix. Unfortunately, what ended up happening was we got that game yesterday. The game where he looked flustered. The game where he was throwing the ball erratic. That's a young quarterback. And like I said, and for a lot of the people that's sitting here that's willing to throw Michael Penix in the garbage because of a bad game like that, y'all can kiss my ass. Because like I said, when a young quarterback does that stuff like that, it is what it is. But like I said, the thing about it is that it comes back to the coaching. If you see your quarterback struggling, you gotta make him more comfortable. And what is comfort to a quarterback? Run the football. Mm-hmm. You got to make things comfortable for him.
You just ran the ball the whole game. I didn't get a fuck. They wouldn't have got 30 points. We ran the ball the whole game. I promise you that.
It ain't. But the thing is, it's not even about running the ball the whole game. But like I said, it was portions.
That's how you get the offense going.
Yeah, you got
Michael Penix had 23 pass attempts before halftime.
That's any quarterback. Every quarterback is all about rhythm. This ain't a rookie issue. This ain't a young quarterback issue.
Yeah, he had no rhythm yesterday. It was like, what?
You got to slowly bring the quarterbacks, and the younger quarterbacks are more volatile than the veteran guy. Like veterans can do certain things to get themselves back in, but he hasn't had that experience yet. But like when you got a young quarterback who's finding himself, you have to think for him that early. And that's what the coaching staff is to do.
What's going on, Fresh? How you doing, bro?
What's good, guys? What's going on, man? Yeah, I was sitting here listening.
Yo, man!
Yeah, we in here.
Can I ask you guys a question? Now, did they put too much expectation on Michael Penix too early?
Yes.
I
say yes.
You mean the coach?
Well, as far as him being the savior, because you know what you say, Raheem already said that we one quarterback away. So by saying that, we know this guy. He only played 3 games. He's still. Well, I guess I'm still considered a rookie. He's a second-year rookie, if you want to say that.
Yeah, second-year rookie. Yeah.
So the expectation on Michael Penix, we know he can throw. We all know he can throw the ball to a wall if need be. but has he developed to have that touch? Because you can tell he don't have that full touch yet of a quarterback that can just lay it in the pocket. Throwing deep, he may have it, but throwing it to the outs, to the boundaries, he having a problem with that a lot. Everything's so high. So
Yeah,
the expectation of that, or they give him, they should bring it in and let him work his way to get out there?
The thing is, I think a lot of these coaches get superstar drip, like they are driven by superstar status. So if they think this guy is above average, they're going to try to highlight these guys a whole lot more than what they need to, instead of just, all right, let's slowly give him a little bit, give him this, give him that. They're throwing a whole bunch of stuff at him that he's not ready, and still not treating him like, all right, like he's a young coach, he's a young quarterback. They were just saying themselves, well, he'll find his way out, he'll figure his way out of it. You got to be
story short, they trying to skip the process.
That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. You're just trying to say, all right, you are as smart as Matt Ryan right now. And it may be true to a certain extent, but he's not as experienced as Matt Ryan.
Right.
The experience, you got to have the experience. He hasn't been in these, but you heard him say, you heard Bijan say this. Both of these guys said we saw looks that we weren't prepared for. That's experience. You got to be able to think for your core, your players. That's what the coordinators and coaches for. All right, yeah, hey y'all, they doing this, man. Y'all might want to look out for this when we do this. But until then, we figured out, all right, this is what we're gonna do. But these guys are already saying in the first 3 games that they're not prepared for certain looks. That's a problem.
Look, my thought on this, once again, this became a Matt Ryan issue. Simple as that. This is a Matt Ryan issue. Because the thing about it is, when you're thinking about that position,
hold on. I gotta interrupt you, Gil. Gotta interrupt you. So, right, this is coming from, and I don't like this. But this is coming from Will McFadden. Raheem Morris says the Falcons will move offensive coordinator Zach Robinson from the coaching box to the field.
Good.
I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. He needs to bring him down.
They're gonna take TJ Yates and put him up in the what's called.
Exactly.
He can be the scout.
He said that yesterday, Coach.
Perfect.
Move TJ up there and you come down here. Me, you, and Miss Maggie said that yesterday. Bring yourself to this field, brother. No more communication mess ups or anything. You're right here.
So my thing is why I don't like it. This was an issue last year.
Zach was in the box last year, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a communication. It was a communication. It was the same communication issues last year. And everybody kept even saying during last year when we was having issues with the offense, is why are those guys on the field? Because you got guys like Andy Reid and the other offensive coordinators that are on the field. Kellen Moore is on the field with his play sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Why Raheem he got the play sheet in his hand? If there's communication issues, why he take over?
Let me ask you a question. Let me put y'all remember 2016 when they had Cal in the booth? They had to move him back downstairs. Same situation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Then the team took off. Think about it. That booth ain't good for some coach. The booth ain't good for some coach.
But let me throw something. Let me throw something on that though. Why when Zach Robinson moved to the field where he was in the booth with Kirk Cousins and we was a top offense?
two different quarterbacks. Experience.
But they had
Yeah,
two.
I was gonna say
They
that.
still had the communication issues last year with Kirk Cousins in
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
All
still
right.
an
All right.
issue.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah, it
Kirk's
was still.
experience is what helped him carry that over.
But Kirk didn't play well but 5-6 games. He didn't play well last year. He didn't play well he had like a 4 or 5 game
I'll be
streak
I'll
where
be honest. I'll be honest with you. Outside of that 509 game, he was kind of average around that. Outside of that 509 game. If I be honest,
to be honest, that's all we needed. When he got to trying to do more,
Yeah.
we just needed you to be average.
That's true. That's true.
I think, like I said, I think the issue is going on right now, and this is just my opinion on it. Like I said, what it is the expectations of what this team should be compared to where they are now is weighing in on this coaching staff more than they want to let up to be.
Yeah.
But
Go back
it's
to what
simple
coach-
though. It's simple things you can, as a coaching staff, it's simple things with these expectations. And I feel like everybody team has these same expectations. Nobody's looking to lose. Everybody wants that. Everybody's expectation is make the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl. That's everybody's expectation.
So
But the reason why I say that is because these are the expectations that were set by the head coach, in which when he came in, he said we was one quarterback away from taking it to the next level.
He just has a big mouth.
Like I said, he said that Desmond Ritter was the reason why I'm here because the quarterback position was not there.
Yeah, and I said that
he also said that we was gonna outrun the South. That's a lot of expectations right there. Those three comments right there. That's a lot of expectations from this team.
You need to shut the hell up. That's all.
Yep.
Just shut your ass up.
And the first year that they came in, they won one more game than the previous regime.
I got a question for you on that part about him running this out.
Go ahead.
If Kirk Cousins would have been honest about his injury, do you still think that still the same situation?
You said if he was honest about his injury, you think he would have made that move?
Is that
what you said?
Yeah. If Kirk Cousins would have said, "Okay, I'm hurt or injured, what do you want to call it," and they brought Penix in, do we still have the same situation of do we win the South then? Would that whole part about running the South still be honest?
It would have to because he already didn't said it.
He already said it. However, you didn't expect that rookie to be in that situation. You understand what I'm saying?
But no, I get you on that.
But Kirk was barely passed for 200 yards, though. He was barely passed for 200 yards. So I say we would have won a lot of those games because Penix, he's given us about 200 yards a game, even in his first 6.
True.
But like you said, but that goes back to the coach. The coach has to make that discernment.
Correct.
Like you said, the thing. Here's where the thing is, and I understand about players hiding injury. Hell, I know. I go to work every day. I done hid so many injuries going into work. I know.
Right.
But the thing about it is, when it's noticeable to the average eye that he's hurt, that's where a lot of the confusion comes in at, because the thing is with Kirk Cousins at that time, Stevie Wonder could have saw that motherfucker was hurt.
Right. But
so that's where Raheem came in that situation.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this motherfucker look.
Yeah,
Nick Bosa with a torn ACL.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today.
I saw it. Yeah. But like you said, Raheem Morris has an opportunity, and this coaching staff has an opportunity to kind of redeem themselves with this Washington with these next couple games. Like I said, the crash out that's coming out from the Falcon fan base. It's not the fact that we lost to the Panthers. It's the fact that we got skunked by the Panthers. So a lot of people are kind of looking at, okay, is this guy really it? Boom, 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 boom. You got Washington and you got Buffalo the next two games.
Okay, another question. Hypothetically, we don't win against Washington, then what?
You gotta let it ride. You have to let you gotta let it ride. Because the thing is, even if you lose to Washington with being 1-3, you're not out of it.
Exactly.
You're not out of it. But the thing about it is what are going to be the adjustments? How is this team is going to fight adversity, and can we get to where we need to go to? Now, like I said, if you ask me, the question is,
we don't.
Okay, they lose the next 4 out of the last 6.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's a different question. Now that's a different question.
That's
you lose the next 4.
I'm doing hypotheticals now. You know what?
If we don't fucking score, I don't see how you can look at him and say you got to keep your job. I don't see how you can keep talking. I don't see how you can keep him. Somebody got to go. I mean,
if they don't score, that's a problem. But what I'm saying is, let's say they go into Washington next week and we still lose, but we lose in a way where it's a close game,
like last year.
Yeah, like I said, we're not going to be looking at. Like I said, they're not going to be looking at it as, okay, your ass is grass. Now, if you go to Washington and you get blown out by 20 plus points, then that's a different story.
Washington coming here, so if you get blown out and no points in your own house,
yeah, you got problems.
Your ass is walking.
No,
next airport, wherever you got to go to get up out this state, you're going.
So next week, touchdown must be had.
Yep.
Yeah.
We must have.
Only had 3 on the season so far.
Bro, they literally said that out of all the passing touchdowns, not one wide receiver nor tight end has caught a touchdown pass in these first 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Nope, which is very strange.
Bijan has one. Tyler has the other, and Penix has the other.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you a question, Coach. I'm gonna ask fresh question too. Yeah, we're talking about the offensive woes. And we're going to talk about this later tonight. I don't know if it's just me, but from what I've seen, it seems like since they have decided to use Kyle Pitts as a tight end more so than a weapon downfield, it seems like the offense has struggled a lot more. What are your thoughts on that?
Listen. That's a funny point. I got it right down here too. Why is Kyle Pitts inside the numbers instead of outside the numbers?
To give him that safety blanket.
No, hold on. Let me explain. I would bet. I have to do a little study. When Kyle Pitts is not outside the numbers, you take 2 people away from the inside.
Uh-huh.
So now Drake can work inside.
But that's what happened later in the game. That's why I said, hey, they're doing that. All the stuff that they're doing is later in the game when they figured out. Drake.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go
ahead. Look, he just got to figure this stuff out early in the game. This is a coaching issue. It's not that these guys aren't smart enough to figure out. It's they won't fucking do it. You do it when you already getting your brain blast in. That's the problem. I saw Kyle Pitts and Drake lined up on the outside in the 4th quarter. But in the 1st quarter, you got Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field.
He's lined up on the line.
And he lined up on the line. These things you don't. Darnell Mooney is not a deep threat. We got Ray McLeod. He ain't shit. I hate to say it, like he's not a threat. People are just gonna let him. They don't care about Ray.
Damn.
I'm saying this because of defenses. I'm not saying that he's not a look. He's a receiver that's gonna catch the ball when he get. But the defense is not scared of him. They don't care about no Ray McLeod.
He's the last one they worry about on the field.
He's the last person they look. They thinking about. They would much rather They much rather guard Tyler Algier out of the backfield than guard Ray McLeod. They don't care nothing about this dude. He's not even a threat. You saw David fucking Seals. Excuse me, coach, but we saw David Seals in the game in the fourth quarter, and Ray McLeod is supposed to be our third and fourth wide receiver. That is problematic, yo. Why is David Seals? He's the one who got cut.
He got cut.
In the first round. He's the one, but you bring the guy that got cut back, and Ray's supposed to be the deep threat. I don't know what the heck he's supposed to be with his offense.
I know one thing. They better fix this shit.
Yeah.
No, like I said, the thing is what I'm thinking. The very thing that people complained about Kyle Pitts not being as far as the tight end everybody expect, I think in order for this offense to be what it needs to be, you're going to have to make Kyle Pitts that deep threat again. And they haven't done it the first time.
They have to. Unfortunately, they have to kill.
Because the problem is with Drake London can't get separation for shit.
He
ain't been a separator since he got in the damn league.
Mm-hmm.
You got Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney, he's a hell of a route runner, but he's not a deep threat worth a damn. And we already know about Rufus boy. Rufus boy is just there.
What has Rufus boy?
Ray.
McLeod.
Oh my God.
He fell. How you fall down and you by your? You know what? How you fall down by yourself?
He got two left feet.
This dude fell down. That's what gave Pitts the second inning. He just fall down. He fell down, y'all. He fell down, y'all.
But all right. We're going to get into. I got one more question though. Now, if all this goes haywire, and we need to make a change, what part of the season we do it, and who do we bring in, or what do we do?
I think one thing changes this offense completely. We need to draft a tight end.
Draft a tight end.
Yep, that answers everything of this offense because now you can use Kyle Pitts like a true unicorn because Drake London is not a guy that can separate. We don't have a guy that can separate. So what has to happen is you get to use Kyle Pitts, like you said, on the outside of the numbers. He becomes more of a threat on the outside against, and he takes safety because you have to respect the fact that he can blow past a lot of these DBs, and I mean cornerbacks. So you get another tight end to do. I mean, because what Michael Penix like to do, he like to get rid of the ball and get it out quick. That tight end can become that quote unquote Ray McLeod, and he has the ability to break and be a little bit more physical against what the safeties and linebackers and whatnot. So you have to take a safety with that tight end. So if I were the Atlanta Falcons, I'm drafting the tight end in the second or third round.
So you will not use that Teagan or the Josh Simon kid? You wouldn't use that?
I mean, you could try it. You could try it, but they need another tight end because Charlie Warner, he's the blocking guy. He's obviously that guy, but he's not a receiving target. And it's just going to cost too much in the first 2 rounds to get a wide receiver.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
It's just, for me, that's too much of an investment, and it'll take away from Drake. So if you get a wide receiver, man, it will have to be in the later rounds. So it got to be some major scout, or you just go in free agency and bring in a veteran guy that can stretch the field.
Well, Drake got 1 more year anyway. He's on that.
I was going to say, in what way is it going to take away from Drake?
He got his 5th year coming.
Because look, man, we know when that man when they get their contract, bro, they got to justify giving those guys the contract, and they gonna be passing the ball to Drake London every time just to justify the contract. So I don't think bringing in another wide receiver, because the wide receiver is gonna need passes. He gonna need to be able to get the ball, and I don't think bringing in another wide receiver in the 2nd round, 3rd round, like, how can you develop him without giving him the ball?
So, okay, in other words, so in other words, we're not going to pay Drake when he's due. We're going to pay Cal instead of Drake.
Yeah, I asked that question.
I don't think so. I think you just get rid of. See, I think Tyler Algier don't even fit in his offense. So I think you just switch those. I think you just let. I think you just let. Obviously, Ray gonna be gone. I think you got to get rid of. I think you got to get rid of Donnell Mooney. I don't think he fits this offense what Zach wants to do.
You know,
get rid of Ray.
Okay, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Get rid of Ray. Get rid of Tyler. And get rid of Donnell Mooney. And if you want to, you extend both of those guys. But I don't see how you can't not bring back Drake and Kyle together. I think they fit perfectly well, but you just need you need a deep threat with those two.
Okay. So here's a solution. Chris Blair's kind of fast, I thought.
Coach, I said that yesterday. Good God Almighty!
Why?
Then I say that, Kill.
Why he ain't getting used as that deep?
Exactly.
Why he came up? Why did David Seals Jr. or 5th, whatever them he is, come up for that kid come up?
Yep.
I'm just curious about that.
I said it yesterday. I said, why? He clearly is a speed guy. I don't know why he not.
Yeah. I don't see why he didn't.
I was curious about that, and that's like, and you also got a possession guy. Why can't you use Nick Nash in the slot?
Yeah.
He's still on the practice squad. Like you said, the problem comes down right now is they're trying to figure out what's the wide receiver tight end combination that's going to elevate this offense. Because, like I said, the thing is, there's a big difference between Kirk Cousins' experience and Michael Penix's potential.
Right.
It's because we got the Geico Gecko at the head coach and the Limu Emu as an offensive coordinator.
What?
They need to get their Mick Foley together.
Get their Mick Foley together.
All the dude love they got going around.
Not the dude love. Whoa.
I'm gonna call Cactus Jack here in a minute.
Wow.
Shit, we need Cactus Jack. So somebody need to get hit upside the head with a 2x4.
Not the dude love.
Yeah, see, people don't know nothing about that dude love.
Dude love, my goodness.
Wow. But like you said, the thing about it is if the Atlanta Falcons beat the Washington Commanders, we ain't talking about none of this shit right now.
We got a free week.
Yeah, we ain't talking about none of this shit right now. They'll be right around 2-2, which most people kind of expected at the time. But as of right now, like you said, it's the same thing I said about Younghoe Koo. The same thing I said about Younghoe Koo. The problem wasn't the fact that he missed the kick against Tampa Bay. It was the fact his reaction after he missed the kick.
Yeah, that's what got him.
His confidence showed that he was lacking confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't do that. That's the psyche that coach was talking about earlier in the show. It's the psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Psyche is very important in this game, man.
It is.
I had, like I said, when I talked to the guy last night, he was like, "Man," he said, "Y'all got a good team." He said, "I don't know." He said, "This is what he said to me." He said, "How y'all losing games with what y'all have is very unexpected." He said, "There's no way in the hell y'all should be losing games." He said, "Y'all got the best defense y'all had in years." He said, "Y'all proved that last week." He said, "Minnesota don't have a slouch offensive line. Even their backup guys are not slouches." He said, "The way you guys dominated that line last week," he said, "No way." He said, "There was no way in hell y'all should not dominate Carolina that way last night."
Yeah.
It's like,
the crazy part about it, Coach, we was, and we just didn't keep at it.
The problem
5.5 per carry. 7. I think he had like 13, and he still didn't. They still didn't feed it.
The problem was they tried to make Michael Penix the hero of the game.
Slow it down, bro.
But I don't. But you know what? I don't think that's that kid. His mentality. I don't think he cares. He just wants to win.
He just want to win. Yep.
And I think they're trying to make him be the face.
Arrogant. They want him to be the big crap talker. They want that Michael Vick swagger out of him.
We don't need that.
We don't need that from him.
Michael Vick didn't win. Shit. Why do we need that? You making him trying to make him to a damn loser then.
Question. Does it seem like Zach Robinson still has that Rams mindset of throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball?
Yes.
Yeah. Problem, like you say, the problem is Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix are two different skill sets and two different types of experiences. Kirk Cousins, as well as much as we seen the debacle of a 5-game stretch that we've ever seen in a Falcon uniform, it's still experienced enough to where Zach Robinson doesn't have to do too much, but just give a basis of something. Penix is still learning the game. He's still learning these defenses. So with Penix, it's going to be a bigger learning curve than what it would be for Kirk Cousins. And we're seeing the difference right now.
True indeed. But anyway,
they caught Michael Penix crying on the sideline because he knew he fucked up.
He was flustered, man.
Yeah.
Pissed.
I mean, you gotta think about it. He got hit like 7 times in that game.
Yeah.
That's the most he got hit as a starter.
That's true. I just thought about it. You're right.
Then you got the play calls and stuff like that not coming in late. And
just to go on another little small subject. Are y'all seeing the same thing I'm seeing with these referees?
Yeah.
So what exactly?
Holding calls.
I have.
Carolina, listen, I actually got a picture of it. I took a picture of it.
That first touchdown, when they reviewed it, you can see the guy.
He was held. He was definitely held on that. But that's a y'all remember that play that when McKinley was whatever his name is was all along when Jets had to come on and knock him out of bounds?
You talking about
when he was all by himself on the first? It was the first drive before they got the touchdown. When McKinley got 45, I think it was like 40-yard pass, whatever it was. That was a pick play. I mean, it was an obvious.
I saw that shit. I was like, is Tim Duncan out there?
I was like, what is going on? Referee just looking right at it.
He looking right at it. Yeah.
It's like, you got to call that.
Well, I saw Dirk Nowitzki out there. That's not what the pick play that was.
It was a lot of stuff. Like I was just going through the 22s looking at. I counted 14 holding calls that was beneficial to that team.
Yeah.
That gave them extra momentum. That D Alpha thing,
that was bull crap. That was some bull.
That was not pass interference. by the rules. He did not restrict him from moving.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually looked back at the ball.
He looked back at the ball. So
You got this big ass LeBron flopping dude right here.
Now
y'all gonna give him a
I'm gonna get controversial on this. Is that the NFL doing this?
Yes, without the question.
Because it's too blatant. It's been 3 games
happened.
that a lot of stuff has been
all
going
3.
on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff is going on. It's like, why are they shoving us back? Because think about this. Okay. Michael Penix is the hot topic. But who they try to push to make the hot topic? That JJ kid. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to let this guy be that face. Because we want this guy to be the face. And it started from game 1. A lot of stuff that wasn't called. Like, come on, man. That's pass interference. You got to call that. They're watching these guys and they're not calling anything. But when we just probably scratch a man's pants leg, pass interference. You know? So they said it ain't rigged. Shit. Something rigged against Atlanta.
It's definitely
some tampering.
I won't say rigged, but tampering probably the right word for it. It's some things that's just so blatant and obvious. It's like, all right, I don't know how you not, because it's a lot of times it's right there. These guys be right in front of them and they still won't call it. And then it was a couple of times where Michael Penix literally got hit in the head.
Yes, they didn't
you
call
can
it.
clearly see, and they didn't call anything. So they're look. I've seen it. Look, these refs are being, I'm not necessarily saying paid, but they are influenced to let certain things go in certain situations. And I've seen that a lot against the Chiefs this season too. I've seen a lot of that, a lot of stuff that's being they used to get those calls because everybody complaining about it. They starting to go against it instead of calling it. So there are some influence. There's definitely been some influence.
Okay. Anyway, we finna go get out here, man. Go ahead.
We got a show at 6:00, man. We're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna allow people to come on in and spread their takes. It may just go for about an hour or so because we had a long show today.
I'll try to go an hour.
Yeah. So everybody free if y'all open, man. Free to come on.
All right. You got more last word, Mike? Are you good?
Just Raheem saying that he's trying to convince the world with this Zach Robinson and Michael have a great relationship and all this. Look, man, just get the shit done. I don't give a fuck about no communication issues. Get it done. It's a bunch of. I will say this, Coach, before we go. What are your thoughts about coaches being on the field versus on the booth?
Me personally, I prefer to be on the field. That's me personally.
Okay.
Me personally. Reason being, I can talk to my players quicker. I can shout
see what they think. See what they think. Okay.
Yes. Instead of being on that headphone, like I said, it's communication. It is a communication issue. If you can't hear your OC calling plays and you can't communicate them doing, because who knows what they can happen doing, when they're on the sideline. Maybe the headphones are having problems in too.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that. So him being on the field, he can communicate with Mike right then and there. And like I said, I don't mind having TJ up to what's called being your scout. They're in this formation. So, and I can TJ can probably give you advice. They could have that what do you call it? That help. I think that because DJ is his main guy.
Yeah.
DJ is his main quarterback coach.
Mm-hmm.
And is the pass game coordinator. So
pass game, yeah.
So I'd rather have him up in what's called and have the head coach or the offensive coordinator. Even say that's why I like the defensive guys down there, because the defensive guys are more vocal. They can yell at you. You know what the hell they want.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's why I would prefer him on the field too, myself.
I'm happy that he's on the field now. I'm actually ecstatic about it. So But yeah, Fresh, who got a torn ACL? Torn Achilles. Oh, Najee Harris. Yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Bosa do too.
Yeah, Nick, he got a knee thing, ACL.
Yeah, he tore
his out for this season.
But I got another question. We still on. I got another question for you. Quick, while you guys here, why don't we take advantage of people that are being out? Why don't we attack certain things like that?
And that's exactly what I asked yesterday, Coach.
Yeah.
Remember, I was saying we don't attack nobody on both sides of the ball.
They had their main defensive line guy out, defensive tackle, and their main linebacker out. We didn't attack none of that.
Nah, we didn't.
So
nope.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't even explain it, bro.
Derek Cutterish, I'm gonna call a play. My athlete's gonna out athlete your athlete.
Well, we don't have Julio and Matt though. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. We do got a Bijan now.
Mm-hmm.
And now this I didn't want to talk about this either. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Now, until people get in their head, Bijan is your bell cow.
Yes.
He does everything you need him to do. I know he gets tired. You get 2 breaks. You get 2 breathing. Back in the game.
Yep.
Ball going to you, Bijan. You tired? Come out. 1 play. Bijan, you go back in. I will run that boy. I don't want to run him, but if he needs to touch the ball, he's gonna touch the ball.
You just need another one of him. Yeah, I like this is why I say it's like Tyler Algier. He's not fit for this offense with Bijan Robinson. You got to get somebody in that can do the things that Bijan does. Yeah. Not to the extent Nathan Carter is, but I don't think right now Tyler Algier. My bad. But Bijan is the guy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Fresh. What's your last words, man?
Get y'all McFoley together.
Get y'all McFoley together. Oh, yeah.
It's same as usual. Get your McFoley together.
But yeah.
There's no reason why we should be. I can take a loss, but a loss like we took yesterday should not happen.
You got me talking about it on the damn day I used to talk.
Exactly. Like that made me not want to do none of my football stuff yesterday. I was so like, how did we lose like that? Not one. And we never made it to the Panthers 30-yard line.
We did. But Raheem kicked the field goal. He went for it on 4th. We did. We made it to the 30, went to the 30, through the 31, not the 30, but to the 31. I was like, get a guy another try. He didn't kick the dude. I was like, that's weird. I thought that was weird. Yeah. So I thought it was kind of weird that he didn't try to kick.
It's a major problem, man. Like I said, it's a lot of confidence. He's saying he got confidence, guy, but the actions are not set.
They ain't fired him yet. They brought another kicker in. Oh, okay. Anyway, thank you all, man, for joining me today. Woo. Thank the people in the chat, man. Thank all you guys in the chat for coming in, man. Because like I said, this is Monday is not usually what I do at, but I had my mind had to talk about something because I was about to go crazy. Stay tuned at 6 o'clock. We got the the originators coming on. I may be on there. I got to see what time my food be done, but I may be on there. But hey, man, thank y'all, man. That's all I can say, man. Hopefully better results next week.
Yeah.
So until then, man, y'all make sure y'all head over there to the Mad Mike's channel, the originators. Watch it out. And if you haven't already, if you're on this channel right now, hit that subscribe button for Coach Unchained. Like the video, share the video out. Anything for the AFN side. Do all that, man. So y'all have a great rest of y'all day.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Peace.